Hello everyone, this is Manish here, and today we are going to try out a new series for people who are working at different professionals and how they want to get into AI space. So today's series is for them. So basically today I'm going to focus on QA professionals, especially our manual QA. So you have built your entire career finding creative ways to break software before it ships. Here's something most testers don't know yet. AI companies are now paying people to do that exactly to their chatbots. It's called AI red teaming, and your how could this possibly break brain is built for it. Let's talk about what you already bring to the table because it's more than you think. Test case design, positive, negative, boundary cases. That's literally how you build an adversarial prompt suite that finds where a model breaks. Exploratory testing, that instinct to poke at weird edge cases nobody thought of, that is red teaming. It's the same skill pointed at language model instead of a login form. Your domain knowledge, whatever industry you have tested in, is what makes an AI evaluation data set actually trustworthy instead of generic. And bug triage, that becomes failure mode classification, hallucination, refusal, bias, safety violation, same documentation principle, new vocabulary. So you're not starting from zero here, you are starting from a head start most developers don't have. Now, the honest part. This is one of the longer transition in the series and I am not going to pretend otherwise because there is a real gap here, coding. If you have never written a script before, that's the hard part and skipping it is number one reason this pivot fails. Realistic timelines at 10 to 10 hours a week, monthly 0 to 2. So Python fundamentals and the command line, no shortcuts here. Months 2 to 4, how LLM actually works, prompt engineering, and from months 2 to 4 to 6.5, you'll look into hands-on with real evaluation tools, and then from the subsequent months, you would be actually working on AI red teaming specialization and your portfolio. So in case if you are pretty serious, you can do these whole series in maximum 1 to 2 months. Otherwise, if you just are studying over weekends, it could take you to possible 5 to 6 months to cover this gap. So the longer compared to the other pivots in the series, it's the reason because you need to build your coding foundation and needs to get things right. And also it is very achievable once you are in, almost nobody else brings your specific instincts to this role. So here's the roadmap that we are going to have. We have categorized into 4 groups. The group 1 is going to be about Python and tooling. In this case, we'll have variables, function, files, virtual environments, plus Git. So you can host your work. And this is must have, full stop. Every tool ahead of you assumes it. So you should have these basic skill set. Now group 2 is predominantly the introductory level of AI layer that you have as part of LLM and prompt fundamentals. That is how you get to know how tokens and context windows work and why models hallucinate and how to write effective prompts. And also it's a must have. You can't test what you don't understand. Now the third group is predominantly the heart of the roadmap, that is LLM evaluation frameworks. You have PromptFoo, Deep Eval, Ragas. So PromptFoo is your friendliest entry point. It's config driven, not code heavy, and it doubles as a red teaming tool. Deep Eval feels most likely the traditional test writing. It's basically PyTest for LLMs. And Ragas is essential. You are testing any RAG based product, which most real AI products are, and all three are must have for you. And finally, the group 4 is AI red teaming itself, where you are learning about OWSP top 10 for LLM applications, the name vulnerability classes like prompt injection, data leakage, and getting hands on this red teaming practice. This is your landing role skill sets. On the good side, you have SQL, PyTest fundamentals, core ML concepts, and CI/CD basics. So none of these block your first role, but they are all strengthening your candidate and also will open up your senior track doors later. So 5 projects that I would recommend, each building on to the last. The first one is to manually red team a public chatbot using your existing exploratory testing process. 20 adversarial prompts, logged like bug reports but tagged with AI failure modes. No coding required to start. The second is going to be, I want you to build on to turn those same 20 prompts into an automated prompt for eval suite. Now we have gone from a manual test plan to something repeatable. The third project that I want you to build is to build a 50 question golden data set in your actual domain expertise and use deep eval to score an LLM against it. And this is the project that proves your specific background is a differentiator and not a liability. Fourth, which I would recommend you to do, is to build a small RAG pipeline and evaluate it with Raga specific testing. What happens when a retrieval context doesn't contain the answer? And fifth is going to be a flagship, that is a full professional red team assessment of an LLM application structured against OAWSP top 10, run both manually and within PromptFoo's red team module, delivered as a real report with an executive summary, severity rating, and remediation suggestions. Package these all components in your GitHub repo or short walkthrough video and a one-page summary. This is going to be the artifact that will put you in front of your hiring manager. Now, as part of the resources I considered, I am going to put things in the comments, but for Python, you can go ahead with free code based Python certifications, where I want you to have a focus on core fundamentals of Pythons. And second is for prompt engineering, understanding LLMs. I have recommended deep learning AI chat GPT prompt engineering courses. And for red teaming, specifically deep learning.ai's red teaming LLM application courses. So for the tools themselves, the official documents are there and it's very genuinely well written. And for vulnerability taxonomy, you'll be testing on in interviews. So I have given the OWSP top 10 for LLM applications, and for community you'll see a lot of below documents as well. I would also have one recommendation that, and one special thing that I want you guys to invest into is going to get a Claude subscription, because over there you can also use Claude along with get it integrated with VS Code. So it's going to helping you in your this transition journey, and get a GitHub Copilot license, Pro license for it. These two should suffice. In case if you want to explore, you can go ahead with Gemini Pro or even OpenAI ChatGPT based things. But for your learnings, you can use these things, and to test out LLM, you can use open source models that are available there. You can look into DeepSeek based models that you can host through any of your respective platforms. And in case if you want to really test out with any of these paid models, you can buy these API keys worth around $5-10 and test it out how we actually sort of use these API keys to generate the real-time informations. But even for web search or anything, you can use any of the free APIs that are part of my Agentic AI series that you can go through. So yeah, don't spend much, but these are going to be the few tools which I would recommend you to buy, because this will make your journey learn faster. So do plan to buy these plans and get it integrated as part of your learning journey. So go through it and prepare this roadmap which I've created and follow that, and that will help you enable into moving into AI space. Now, if you are a manual tester watching this thinking AI is coming for your job, flip that. AI just created a job that needs your exact brain more than the old one did. So 5 to 6 months honest work and you're not competing with career changers who have no testing instincts at all. You are ahead of them. So in the next videos, I'll talk about predominantly on automation QA, and honestly, if that's you, your version of this pivot is going to be much more faster. And subscribe if you don't want to miss it, and there are going to be a few more details ahead. And in case if you're very new to AI and want to learn a consolidated things of this, so here's my book which I have published, which is for elementary for people who are new to AI and have very deep concepts imbibed into it. So grab a hold of it, let me know how do you find it, and see you in next video.